Welcome back to Bet on the Bounce. I'm Dobby and this is Doss, and it was good to finally have some footy back.
2 games, shortened round due to Cyclone Alfred.
It was a bit strange having the footy on the Friday, not having it on the Saturday, then having it again on the Sunday. Yeah, it was strange, but it was good to finally have some good footy back. The Friday night game was a whole lot better than the Sunday game. Oh, that was an awful watch, but
I liked it. I thought it was a good watch.
The 20 GWS fans would have been cheering. Yeah.
I'm not even a GWS fan, but I still think it was a good watch.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure everyone who wasn't a Collingwood supporter would have been loving it. Everyone. But, yeah, I'm still not a fan of opening round. Like, it's been going for 2 years now, but it just isn't, I think, what they want, the AFL wants it to be.
I don't think it's what they want it to be.
Yeah. Like, they want it to compete with the NRL and bring in crowds, but, like, the GWS Collingwood game was half full.
And now you got random buys, like, all over the place in the earlier rounds.
Messing with my super coach. It doesn't really do anything better for the AFL. I don't think it's making any more money. Like, they're just playing more games at New South Wales and
Queensland.
Yeah. I don't think that's doing much for them. And
Queensland games didn't even get played.
Yeah, and the Queensland games didn't get played. A bit of a sign. Take it away. Get rid of it. I think they should change it. And like, I like how they have Richmond Carlton every year.
That's a good one. That's still going ahead round 1.
Yeah.
But I think that should just be the season opener regardless. No more opening round stuff.
Yeah. And I think that's fair. But I think they should do the 2 teams from the grand final the year prior, have them play against each other at the Premier's home ground. So obviously this year would be Brisbane, Sydney at the Gabba. They unveil the flag in front of the team they just beat in the grand final, show it off, rub it in their face, and then they play. Like, you're the most 2 recent teams to play in the grand final.
Yeah.
You play again round 1. Like, they can fix the fixture up to do that. Like, they got opening round going. That cooks everything.
Yeah.
I just think that would be, like, so interesting to see. Be like, wow, first game back and it's straight into what we literally just saw.
It'd be good, like, Sydney would be hurting a bit if that was them.
Oh, yeah, like, you'd have
Brisbane getting the flag unveiled on you.
It'd be the best. You have to go, now I have to go to Brisbane.
Yeah.
And you also are fighting it, like, obviously you're fighting for the premiership, the most important thing, but then you realise after, now round 1, I have to go to Brisbane and face Brisbane. Yeah, it doesn't start your year off well, but anyway, there was a bit of interest in our bets.
I didn't do too well.
No,
I didn't do too well at all.
Don't do too well means don't win a bet.
Yeah.
Then you're right. Yeah, don't do too well is probably a good way to describe it.
I went 0-3. I think. My first one was unlucky. James Worpel was the only one that missed out on that 20-touch mark, but he also was injured at just before halftime and got subbed out for the third quarter. But he was on track to hit that 20 at that point. I think he had about 11 disposals. So
yeah, so he had a level.
Still speculating, but hopeful that he would have got there in the end.
Yeah, he had 11. So yeah, especially with like Hawthorn running away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your bet fell short, probably unluckily.
Yeah.
Should have got there. So you had the Will Day goal, got there easy.
Will Day goal, yeah, he kicked 3, I think.
Yep, kicked 3. Then you had Warner.
Warner got 20, and then Worpel unfortunately left the field.
Injury. And then AFL Paradise's bet, I believe Sheldrick got subbed out. Or was out again? Yeah, he got subbed out, so that cost him, which is a bit unfortunate, but I'm not sure if it would have got there anyway. And my bet, oh boy, was that a good watch. That was
the Sicily fourth quarter, that was a good watch.
So the Sicily fourth quarter goal, 3-quarter time, I see him. He's been down back all game.
Sam
jogging
Frost
to full
comes
forward.
on for
Sam Frost.
Worpel
comes on, and I see big boy Sicily running the full forward, going to the goal square, and I'm rubbing my hands together.
That when he handballed it over?
Then starts bucketing down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is not good. And then takes a mark. 1 minute into the quarter, I'm licking my lips. 5 meters out from goal, he takes a mark, and I've started counting my money. I've gone into the withdrawal page already. Then he decides a metre out from goal to handball it over the top, and I nearly lost my lunch. That made me feel ill. Like,
the goalie kicked as well. Like took the mark, and he was setting up on his opposite side, like around the corner in the wet. And I'm like, he could belly this.
This could go anywhere. This could go to a souvenir for his mum up in the second tier.
But he nailed it.
Yeah, he nailed it. But I had my head in the pillow. Like, for a fair while, not feeling good. Like, he's not going to kick goal. That was it. That was 1 minute into the quarter. I looked like a prophet. I knew he was going down there. And then, all of a sudden, he's handballed over the top. So, it got there in the end. $4.30 odds, we take that. It was a good start of the season. And then we go to the Giants-Pies game.
Yeah, we'll go to the Giants-Pies game.
Yeah, so...
Mine, I had GWS to win 1-39. obviously that didn't happen. I had Finn Callahan to get 20 plus disposals. I think he ended on 33 or something like that. Yeah, shut in. And I had Tim Membry to score a goal.
Which he did.
He did.
Could have kicked another one.
Could have kicked another one, but he played on foolishly.
Tim Rewalt. Yeah. It's like the comments. That was good. So Pies cost you by not being good enough.
Yeah, not being good. They didn't show any fight.
Hey, at least they hurt you too.
I thought they were going to show some fight.
At least they hurt you too. That was I was surprised by that. Mine was Pies win, which was
stupid.
Wasn't close. And Lipinski 20 and he had 18.
Yeah.
Didn't have like a
touch. Did he have 18?
Yeah, didn't have a touch in the first quarter. I think he had one disposal in the first quarter, and I'll just put a line through that one. So that was rough. Yeah, it wasn't... It still looks okay now that he had like 17 in the last 3 quarters. I'm like, that's still not a bet, but it wasn't great. And then you look at AFL Paddmasters bet, and they had Pies win, which didn't get there, and Lipinski, which didn't get there. And they didn't look too close that one either. And they look at their mega multi, had a few misses as well. Their Perriman 15, that was easy. Mine again had Lipinski in it. Had Hawks win and Sicily fourth quarter goal, and I was licking my lips. $31 odds. I was counting my money, and then Lipinski nothing.
Mine didn't do well at all. That one. I had overs 170. Didn't get there. Massimo for 20. Green didn't kick 2 goals, but Giants won.
So you only got a couple legs in your...
Yeah.
You only got a couple legs. Anyway. Well, we do have another guest punter this week, obviously.
We got Prime Train in this week.
Mm-hmm. Which is huge. He sent through his bets just previously, so he looks to be shooting from the hip like a real multi type of guy. Just like keeps it clean. But we'll get through those when we get there, and we can kick it off with the first game being
it'll be Tigers Blues on Thursday night.
$1.05 for Carlton and $10.50 for Richmond. The line's 49.5, so it's set up to be an absolute thumping.
Yeah.
What have you got?
I've got Carlton to win 40 plus, and I've got Ollie Hollands to get 20 plus disposals, and that adds up to $3.10.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I reckon that's decent value for just 2 legs.
Because I've looked at this game, probably similarly to you, and I've gone, I think like Carlton are going to smash them.
Yeah.
And I've gone, all of a sudden you start licking your lips looking for goal scorers galore. Like you're like, who can I grab Cripps or grab Walshy? He likes going forward when they're up. All those type of things. And then I was like, wait. Like I've just added 3 goal scorers. Like this isn't looking great. So I've just taken, just take your money when you can.
Yeah.
I've taken Blues minus 49.5. And that's it. I've just taken that outright. And I'm like, let me just double my money. It's $1.90, not too much, but $1.90, double my money. Get a free bet for the next game. Like if it misses, let's just take my money where it is. And I think that's easy money. I don't think Richmond get close.
No, I don't think so.
No experience.
No.
Like
too young at the moment. Blues, they've got a couple of good midfielders in there, but I think they get overworked.
Yeah, and Blues don't I have a lot of outs, but I don't think that matters.
No.
This is Richmond. Richmond might not win a game the whole year. People are talking about how they might not win a game. Their overs unders is 2.5 wins. They're not winning this game, and I don't think they're getting within 50. I don't think they're going within 50 and all. And then if you look at what Prime Train's got for us, he's taking the same. He's taken Carlton minus 49.5. So he's seeing the same thing. But he's taking Chera 25 plus.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that.
That's not bad.
Chera's probably in for a big season.
Yeah.
He's probably in for a big season. So I don't mind that. You've got $3.20 for that. So it's not too bad.
That's not bad.
Got a bit of value. Got a bit of value for that one. And then we can look to
the Hawks Bombers game on Friday night.
Yep.
That's at the MCG. Hawthorn are $1.32 favourites. Essendon paying $3.40.
And the line there is 21.5. I struggled a bit with this game. I looked at so many things. I wanted to go Sam Durham goal. I wanted to go I think Bombers are alright. I wanted to take them plus 30 at an alternate line, all that. And then I remembered back to last Friday night. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sicily, my boy, 3/4 time, he'll jog to the goal square, slot a few. They're aiming for him.
Have the odds on that dropped?
$3.90.
$3.90.
Yeah, they must have heard about my tip. But $3.90 if it ain't broke. Until this doesn't hit. He's $1.44 now to kick a goal in the game.
Yeah, kick a goal in the game.
And he was $1.75 last week. He's now into $1.44 after he handballs one off and misses a set shot from 50 and then finally slots one.
He had good looks in the fourth quarter. I've got Cam McKenzie for 20 plus disposals. I think he fills in that Warple role. He's been out for a while. He's going to be out for a while, maybe 4 weeks, they're saying, after the round 4 bye. I've got the game total over 168.5 points, and I've got Hawthorn to win. And that comes in at $3.75.
I like it. I like the Cam McKenzie leg.
Yeah. He played in Warple's spot in the fourth quarter. I think he racked up 7 touches.
Huge.
So,
so you do the math there. That's 28 disposals if he was to keep track, which that's a bit overs. But you got him there for 20. That's he's taking the role.
I hope so.
Yeah. If he takes the role, it's the odds are probably overs there. It's $2.
I think it was
$2.25. Yeah, $2.25ish. So it's definitely a bit of value. If we look at the Prime Train here, he's got a bit of trust in the Bombers here, taking Bombers plus 21.5, which I don't mind. I think the Bombers are actually a bit better than what people are taking them for. I know it was a pracky match, like we say it every time, but against Geelong, they looked really nice. I think Kako and Caddy looked good, but Essendon fans are always the first person to hop on the young player and be like, he's the next GOAT.
He's the best player in the league.
He's the best player in the league. They did it to Parrish, and now Parrish struggles to get 20 a game. Parrish is a good player who gets injured a lot.
Yeah.
But they put the pressure on one player all the time, and they did it with Redmond. As soon as Redmond had 4 or 5 games in a row, they went, he's the next best thing. So I hope they don't put too much pressure on these boys. But he's taken Bombers plus 21.5, Newcombe under 25.5. Probably isn't too bad. He shares around the footy a bit. Yeah, but he doesn't usually exploit out games. And then he's taken Durham for 20. So
I don't mind that.
He's got $4.50 for that. I don't hate it at all. And then we move on to Geelong and Freo at GMHPA. $1.47 for Geelong and $2.70 for Freo, and the line's 13.5. What have you cooked up?
I've got Geelong Cats to win by 1-39, and I was having a look, and when Freo lose, 80% of the time it's between 1 and 39, and I think the Cats will be too strong at home.
So you're just saying they just don't get blown out?
They don't get blown out.
Okay.
And I've got the total game points over 172.5. And that's $4.20, and I think it'll be a high-scoring game. Yeah,
they've both got obviously some big forwards up there.
Jeremy Cameron, Jai Amos.
Yeah, the Coleman medalist.
Coleman medalist.
Apparently, according to you, $41 shot. It's still the odds are still there. Take it up.
They're still there.
Take it. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think it will probably be a high-scoring game. You look at their 2 games last year. One of them was low-scoring when it was real tight, but I think their game at GMHBA was 120 to 90 or something.
Yeah.
So they have a high-scoring game last year at the same ground. I struggled with this game for so long. This was my last bet that I could actually cook together, and I have no faith in this bet. If I can give you a tip for this game, it's don't follow my tip. But I've taken Jeremy Cameron 15 because I feel early in the season at home he just takes control of the game. He just gets his hands on the footy. He runs up the field. He wants to get a lot
Takes
of it.
marks on the wings.
Yeah, and he bombs it in. He ends up kicking 2 and having 15, 16, 17, something like that. So I'll take him for 15. Nathan O'Driscoll for 15 purely because he had 13 centre bounce attendances in the pracky match, and he looks like he's going to be in there a lot. And there's no Hayden Young either.
Young's out for
so he should see a lot of centre bounces. Then I'm taking Geelong to win. I think Geelong are just a good team always. Don't think you can ever put a line through them. So early in the season, I'm just going to take them to win. I think they start off strong. I think they've won their last 4 opening games of the season. So Chris Scott's a good coach.
They're strong at GMHBA too.
Yeah, it's a fortress down there. So
and Prime Train for that game has taken the Fremantle W and Caleb Sarong for 25 plus at $4.20 odds.
Yeah, I don't hate taking in round 1. It's that hard to pick a winner.
You haven't seen really any. You've only seen practice matches.
Yeah, taking teams at $1.45 like I just did probably isn't the way to go about it. But Freo dubbed Sarong 25 plus. If Sarong runs wild, it's not a bad bet.
Yeah, Sarong often hits that.
Yeah,
regardless, and I'm expecting big things from Fremantle this year too.
Yeah.
So I don't hate that Fremantle win. The only thing I'm worried about is that it's in Geelong.
Yeah. We can go straight into the grand final rematch, which is the Swans Lions game. You got Sydney Swans are $2.10 and Brisbane Lions are $1.77. The line is 3.5. So I expect it to be a close one in Sydney. I'll kick this one off for us. So I've taken Neil under 28.5 disposals. I'm actually probably one of my more confident legs of the round. It probably won't hit now that I've said it, but he had a shortened preseason. Like, obviously he's getting a bit older. He's had a shortened preseason, and James Jordan most certainly goes to him. James Jordan is definitely going to... I'm certain he'll tag him, surely. They'd be silly not to. It's Lockie Neal.
I think the other option with that is they send him forward and he plays a defensive lockdown role on Dane Zorko and stop him getting off the chain from halfback.
Yeah, but how hard? It's probably not easy to tag a halfback. You probably are just taking both of yours out of the game.
Yeah,
but Zorko can probably just
because they've done that in the past.
Yeah,
go for someone who
halfbacks who launch it.
Yeah,
but I've taken Neil under 28.5. Like he had a shortened preseason already, and he's obviously getting a bit older. And if he gets tagged, I'm pretty confident he won't get 29 or more disposals. It's not easy to get that many disposals, especially against the Swans midfield. And then I've taken Zorko 110 or more AFL fantasy points. So if he gets tagged, if the tag does move to Zorko, then I'm probably in a lot of trouble. But I like if the tag does go to Neil under 29, and then Zorko 110. He scored 125 plus both times he played Sydney last year, including the grand final.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he racks up a few fantasy points there. What have you? Cooked up.
Warner 20 plus. I've gotten him again this week. He did it. I'm not going to say easy last week, but he had 22. I've gone Lions head to head in Sydney. I just think they're the better team at the moment. And from what I saw on Friday night, Hawthorn. They were sort of all over Sydney, I think.
Yeah.
There wasn't much going on there for Sydney. It was a close game, good game, but all the 50-50s were going Hawthorn's way.
Yeah.
And then I've got Lions as the first team to score.
Okay.
At $4 odds.
So that's okay. What's the first team to score? Is there any
it's just anything that could be a point or a goal?
But you any reason for that, or just
I just like that.
Yeah.
They start games strong.
They do start games strong. If it was at the Gabba, you'd nearly just add that in as a multi booster. They run rampant, but I don't mind that. So you see a set shot from one of the Sydney boys, and you want to go out in the full.
The first bounce, Oscar McInerney down to Lockie Neal. Inside 50, Cam Rayner behind.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I think that's not bad. $4 odds for that. It's pretty clean. Like, obviously, you worry about head-to-head bets early in the season, but you got to take someone you can get them. And Prime Train here has just taken the try bet, either team 15.5 or less. So it's not bad. $2.70, just take that out by itself. Expect a close game from the two grand finalists. $2.70
wasn't close.
The grand final wasn't close, but this isn't.
It's in Sydney.
This is in Sydney, and I think the last time they played each other, which was at the Gabba, it was like that 2-3 point game. It was that hectic game. So next we got our Bulldogs Kangas, and for that the Dogs are heavy favourites at $1.35, and North are $3.21. The line just 20.5. What have you got?
I've gone another 1-39 bet here, and I've gone Dogs 1-39, and Darcy for 2+ goals.
Okay, you haven't played yet. You're into the hype.
I'm into the. I watched the Hawthorn game, the Pracky match, and he was just taking every single mark.
Yep, clunking them all,
overheads, everything. And Dogs 1-39. I'm expecting a better year from Kangaroos this year. And I don't think they won't be getting blown out as much for sure. I think they'll be in games more often this year. Yeah,
and even there's no Bont and no Trelaw.
No Bont, no Trelaw.
So you'd hope the North show a bit more fight. Because remember last year, I feel like their second half of games,
they really fell away. And if they can work on that this year, they're in heaps more games.
Yeah, quarter time they always seem to be in it, and then all of a sudden they're out of it. I don't mind. I like that bet. $3.10. Just see 2 goals out of him.
Yeah.
And just try not to blow him away.
Yeah.
More to say in it. I have just taken a single leg here, and I've taken Harvey Gallagher. 15 plus disposals at $2.15. His moves roles this year. He was kind of like a wing, half forward last year, and now he's moved to half back, and he's getting a fair bit of it. I would expect him to probably average close to 18-ish this year. So getting $2.15 for 15 or more disposals just seems like value. So I'm just going to hit that outright, try not to spoil it with a few more legs and just take it as it is.
That's all right. And then we got Prime Train's bet for this game. He's got dogs to win and liver for 25 plus.
Like we said,
that'll get you $2.10.
Like we said, no Bont, no
Trelaw.
No Trelaw. Liver could have 40. Like, he had games last year, remember when he had like 36, like high 30s, mid 30s. So 25's not crazy with the other two out. Not crazy at all. Next we've got Pies versus Port Adelaide. Pies are the favourites at $1.60 at the MCG, and then Port Adelaide are $2.34 with the line of 8.5. What have you got?
I've been waiting for this one, mate.
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting for this one. I've got Port Adelaide head-to-head, and I've got Connor Rozee for 25 plus, and that is $3.25.
I like it.
I like it too, because the way Collingwood showed up on Sunday, and their favourites at the MCG, I don't care where you're playing, they got ripped to pieces by an undermanned GWS team led by a 21-year-old. No Stringer, no Hogan, no Tom Green. And Finn Callaghan just said, boys, get on my back. We're going.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't great. I'm shocked they're favourites. Like, very shocked they're favourites. That doesn't mean I'm hitting Port. I'm not hitting Port, even though I was a bit inclined to. I went another route. I also took Rosie 25 plus. I think no Butters. He brings his own football.
Yeah. He's going to have a big year, I think.
Yeah, I think he'll have a big year. Like, he was
down last year.
One of the best players last year until he got injured. Yeah. He was second to Heaney until he got injured. And then I've gone a bit of a storyline bet here. Bit of a storyline bet taking Joe Richards' goal against his old club. $1.80. Small forward.
Yeah, okay.
He starts the game 30 metres from goal. You get the ball to him, he kicks snag. $1.80.
He plays for
Port.
Yeah.
He likes for a transfer, and that's how we ended up getting Houston.
Yeah, okay.
And then I've taken Dan Houston goal. I've smashed all them together. I just think Joe Richards and Dan Houston, you always see the player who gets back to their old team. Like, if one of the teams starts smashing the other team, they find a way to get to the bloke who used to play there. And I just think this finds a way. Dan Houston gets a handball from 50 out, launches it, snag, the boys get around him. Joe Richards, free kick, high tackle, 25 metres out in the snap goal in. Then you just need Rosie to get 25 plus. That's $7.80.
That's decent odds for that.
$7.80 storyline bet.
I don't see Dan Houston. I think he's going to be too busy down back.
It's $3 odds just for the Dan Houston. So we need him. We need him to rip. We need him to rip and tear. Let the boys sort it back there.
I don't think he's enough. He's not enough.
Yeah, you think he should be more
I think
odds?
Port Adelaide won the trade. I think they won the trade.
with
they got ferocious
Lukosius, who's an absolute pretender. And Prime Train here. What's he got for us?
He's got Port plus 8.5. Again, everyone's got Rosie 25.
Yep.
And he's got Perryman for 20, which I like, and that is $4.20 odds.
Yeah, that just seems like a.
Perryman's been playing good. In that midfield role. I don't know how much it'll change when DeGoey comes back. Yeah. If at all.
Yep. I'm not sure it will change much. I think he'll play a lot of that inside mid type of role. And then Port plus 8.5 is probably just the smart play, yeah. The smart play. And then we go to the Crows and the Saints. What's the odds for that one?
Crows and the Saints is $1.37 Adelaide favourites and $3.10 for St Kilda.
With the line being at 16.5, they expect it to be a whole lot closer than I do. I have just seen, my eyes went like flashed dollar signs when I saw Crows minus 15.5 being the line. The Saints, are you sitting down? Because
I'm seated.
Listen to this. The Saints played 10 games away from Marvel and MCG last year. They won 2. Which you go, that's not good. They should be winning at least, like, you play 10 games away from home, you win 3, you'd hope maybe 4. But the only 2 teams they beat were Richmond in Gather Round by 7 points and West Coast. So they played 10 games away from the MCG and Marvel, and the only teams they could beat were Richmond and West Coast. That's awful. They will not win this game. This is a lock. Chat, clip this. The Saints will not win this game. Crows certainly win it. Again, same as the Blues bet, I see money $1.90 Crows minus 15.5. Like, if you want a multi-booster, you take Crows $1.40 to win this game.
Yeah.
That is value. That is free money. Saints will not win.
I've got Crows to win this one and Rankin 20-plus disposals. I think he's going more inside this year, and I think he should get that 20 mark pretty easily. But I've also gone with Jack McRae for 25-plus. I think he's back to his ball-winning best in that midfield role at the Saints. Might not win, but I think he'll stem the flow in that midfield.
Yeah, well, like we've said before, he's got the most disposals in a season ever.
Yeah.
25-plus isn't like outrageous from a bloke who knows how to get the pill. So
that was $3.25.
$3.25. When you got the Crows bet, you can take that one off.
Yeah,
there you go. So it's a 2-leg multi, $3.25. That's pretty nice. And then we go over to Prime Train, and he's taking the Crows as well, taking the free multi boost. I like that. Smart, really. He's taking the Thrill Seeker for 2 goals.
I like that bet.
Yep, and then Saligo, 20. And he's getting $3.40 for that.
I like those.
It's just my only thing that you'd maybe think is a bit weird is that if they have the Fog, Tex, and the Thrill Seeker, they have all 3 of the big boys up there who kicks the goals. They can't. Can they all kick 2?
They could. It could be a blowout.
It could be a blowout. But if you kind of.
You could have 6.
You could have. Yeah, screw the other boys. Actually, they'll all have 6.
Yeah.
Give the Saints a real treatment. But yeah, I like that. $3.40. That's not a bad bet. And then we go straight into the Demons Giants game.
That's at the MCG. Melbourne $2 and GWS are the favourites $1.84.
Did no one watch this game?
No one just see what GWS.
Did anyone remember how bad? People are saying Melbourne are going to finish bottom 6, and we just saw GWS dismantle Collingwood, who people were putting in the top 8.
Melbourne have their firepower back. Clayton Oliver's back. He's back in a big way.
Is he?
And Petrarca, he's fit again.
Yeah, Petrarca's great, and that's sweet. But $1.80 for GWS is a little bit.
I think it's the fact that it's the MCG, but I think they might be getting boosted by Tom Green's return.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. If they get him as well.
If he comes back.
Well, then who knows what can happen? What have you got?
Mine for that is I've got GWS to win. And I've got Aaron Cadman to kick 2 goals.
Yeah, that's the worst bet I've ever heard.
That's $3.20 odds.
Cadman said before the last game, this made my day. I was pissed Collingwood got smashed, but I can't stand Aaron Cadman. Not as a player, not as a person. As a player, that bloke is... he went before the game and goes, I'll kick an honest 3 goals. You kick 0-2. And they were awful. One was 15, 25 metres out straight in front. Wasn't close. This bloke is, not a great first
I think
pick in the draft.
You got to give him some time.
Number 1 pick in the draft.
Number 1 draft. So was Jamara.
He's been in the league for 4 years, and I'd take.
He's not been in the league 4 years.
I think Cameron's been in the league 3 or 4 years.
I'm pretty sure this is his 3rd year.
Okay, well, get it together.
You got to give he came in as a frail, wasn't a big frame.
Yeah.
And he's starting to put on size now. I think this year will be his breakout year as a forward, maybe even next year. But I think he bounces back from his poor performance in a win from last week and kicks 2 goals.
They kicked over 110 points or whatever they kicked, and he couldn't get a goal. I can't get around him 2+. $3.20. Yeah, I see that as a.
I guess we'll just we'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see. But I would not be touching that. I've gone... I saw they apparently offered Finn Callahan $1.7 million a year, which is, let's be honest, that's just not true.
No.
That's just not true. Media love to inflate numbers, but give the man... Give him the
1.7. Give him his roses.
Give the man the 1.7. That was unreal. He had 4 shots on goal, which gave me a lot of confidence. And he had that goal, when you look at the screen, that outside... 50, he got the handball, got it back, gave it off, got it back again, kicked the goal. The bloke wants to kick snags. He looked like similar to Will Day on the Friday night. He wants to kick a snag. Had a set shot after the siren just to give himself another one. He missed that. But I see Finn Callahan $7.75 to kick 2 more. I think that the Giants could give Demons the same business they gave the Pies, if not worse. And I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying I can see it. $7.75 for Callahan to kick 2 goals. He could do it again. He's in form. Maybe he tries to push forward even more since Tom Green's playing. And then...
Prime Train.
I like this bet.
I do like this one. He's got GWS 40 plus at $6.25.
$6.25.
$6.25.
That's really nice. Like, after what we just saw them do, we know they can do it.
They did do it against Collingwood though, and I think Demons are better than Collingwood.
Right? No. The Pies did look awful.
The
but
Pies
I don't think they're
are
worse
awful
than the Demons.
this year. They are going to be woeful.
They won't. Well, you're saying they won't make the 8.
They will not make the 8.
They've put a line through them.
I put a line through them.
They're not making the 8.
The Dacos boys and Dan Houston is not enough. Scott Pendlebury needs to go to a retirement home. Sidebottom's getting up there too. It took Bo McCreary to win a centre clearance in the fourth quarter against GWS.
Yeah, that's not exciting.
That's not helping.
What about when the
toast.
goat's back?
The goat?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, so you're saying you're on record.
On
Pies
record,
won't make the 8.
On record, North are going to finish higher than Collingwood.
That is ridiculous.
North are going to finish higher than Collingwood.
How many wins do you think North get? 8?
More than Collingwood.
More than Collingwood.
More than Collingwood.
That is insane.
I don't think it's that insane.
That is insane. Pies. That's ridiculous. I'm moving on.
I think you. No.
I'm taking this by the handle. This West Coast Eagles versus the Suns. $2.42 for the Eagles and $1.57 for the Suns. Can we trust the Suns away from home?
I trust the Suns.
What? Because they beat the Bombers after the siren away from home once, and now we're on them.
No, I just trust them.
Yeah, I trust them more than the Eagles.
Yeah. Well, they lost to Tom Barras. That's not helpful down back.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. That's a good point. That doesn't help either. Who did they get? They got what? Matt Owies?
They got Matt Owies. They get.
Pardon?
They did get a few little pickups like Liam Baker and Matt Owies, but those aren't Tom Barras type players.
Those aren't stopping many goals.
No. And I've taken Harley Reid for 20 plus.
Okay.
Suns to win, and I've gone Jake Waterman anytime at $3.20.
Yeah. What the Waterman? What was it?
Waterman anytime.
Waterman anytime.
Yeah.
Oh, that. Yeah, he
was paying $1.10.
Him at
it was a booster.
Yeah, that's a little add on top. Yeah, he just likes kicking goals.
He does.
He does. And yeah, Harley Reid needs to come out and just.
I think he'll play all right. He'll play well. Didn't play well in the Pracky match, but he had interrupted preseason, and hopefully he's getting back to his best.
Yeah, I looked at this game like. Eagles and Suns are just two teams I don't trust, like, at all. I know, like, the Suns have now got Dimmer for another year, and that helps, but them playing away from home in their first game, I didn't get to really see them. We didn't get to see them in the opening round, so I'm a bit worried. So, I've taken over 164.5 total points for the game.
Mm.
The reason I've done that is because of last year, West Coast were number 3 in conceding goals. So, they gave away the 15 goals on average a game. Gold Coast gave on average 12.5 goals a game. So they both were in the top 5 for conceding goals. So if they both concede goals, you look at their 2 games last year, both went over this line as well. I'm taking them over 164.5. I don't want to add any other legs because I don't trust either team. I'm just going to take that and run. What's Prime Train got for us?
Prime Train he's got Jed Walter for 2+ goals, and Dan Rioli 25+ disposals off halfback at $4.33.
Yeah, if Rioli gets that Flanders role, now that we know Flanders is out, even though he was going to play that midfield. But if Rioli gets Flanders role from last year, he could easily get 25.
He could get 25.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like running halfbacks, I guess, at Gold Coast. Though I think Lockie Weller might be playing more on the wing this year, but Will Power's there as well.
And John Noble, if he's back there.
Plays. Well, I like the Walter bet though.
Yeah, 2+. He should break out this year. I really hope. I think the Rioli one, it's like, Dimmer used him well
at Richmond.
At Richmond.
Yeah.
So if he brought him to the team for a reason, and he most likely brought him to the team to do the exact same role.
Yeah.
So he just probably could get 25. And what are the odds of that?
$4.33.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. And what have you put together for your mega
My
multi?
mega multi this week? Hoping it does better than last week. I've gone a bit more tame, it's not in the 30s.
Okay.
I've got Carlton 40+. I just think that happens.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone Hawks to win. I think that happens still. I've picked up Elijah Sardis for 20+.
Okay.
And the reason I've done that is because Darcy Parish is still out of the team, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And he played a lot of time inside in the Pracky match and had 31 touches or something like that.
Yeah, wow.
So I'm leaving him in there. I've bought over Rosie for 25 as well. I
Yep.
just think that happens.
Yeah, we've
Like,
spoken about that
he's-
far enough. Like
We've spoken about that enough.
we all love it.
Yeah. I've put Port to win in there just because Collingwood should not be favourites. And I've got GWS to win as well. And that gives me $18.58 odds.
Yeah, the GWS leg, nice. I just really hope this loses by one leg. And that's the
The
Port
Port
one.
one, yeah.
1858, that actually sounds really, really tasty. Like 1858, there's some lock legs in there. I don't know about the size one, I haven't looked into it enough, but that sounds really good again. I think Porter overs. And I have actually gone really tame for this one. I have the round one jitters. I just don't know who to trust yet. There's nothing really to go off. You can't really go too much off last year. So I've taken the absolute free money of Crows win. That's the first leg. We can tick that off. So now we've only got a 3-leg multi left. I've taken your Mackenzie leg from the Hawks game.
Yeah.
I've just taken him 15 plus.
Yeah,
It was like $1.25. I was like, if he's gonna be in there, he had 16 when he was playing in a different position and then got thrown in there. So I see him getting 15 plus. Blues minus 49.5. Again, you just have to take it early in the season. And then we're taking Gallagher 15 plus again.
Yeah.
$2.15. Like I said, I think that's my best leg of the round, like my most value. So you get $6.71 for that. I just think they're my most locks, so that is what it is.
Prime Chain's round one mega multi. He's kept his Adam Chera for 25 plus. He's put that in there, and his liver for 25 plus.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Perryman for 20, and Crows to win.
Yeah.
So he's taken all four of those in his single game bets and put them together for $6.11.
Yeah, nice. Those
are nice
strong.
legs. Yeah.
The only one I'd be worried about is Chera. I think
Chera, yeah, that's the only worry for me.
I think that's really nice. Like you probably throw together those other three, it's probably still $3.50 or something. So that's pretty good multi. Altogether, these bets came through like pretty strong. They're all between like $6 and $2.50. So they're all like pretty strong bets. Hopefully hits a few as well.
Yeah.
Couldn't really get the vibe of who he goes for. There wasn't anything outrageous in there. There wasn't anything outrageous there at all. But hopefully we've given you a few tips to take along into your multis this weekend, and we will be back next week with the results and hopefully tighten up the competition and Dos gets his first win.
10 for 10 this week.
Oh, 10 for 10. After going 0 for 3.
0 for 3, 10 in a round.
Negative 100% ROI. He's going to turn the corner. Anyway, we'll see you all next week.